this will be a general lecture in which I will show you some typical reinforcement details for the execution and the construction purpose, right? So after the design is done, you have to check the development length requirement intention. And as per the ACI 31814, this is the chapter 25, which is about the detailing. You can see this is the reinforcement details. And in this section, there's a table 25.4.2.2, which is about the development length for deformed bars and deformed wires in tension. And you have to calculate these length for various bar sizes. For example, for number 6 bar and smaller sizes, this equation is applicable. And for number 7 and larger bars, this equation is applicable, right? And this is the normal cases for which the design is carried out, and you have to use these equations. These are some other special cases. You can use that as well for the typical design and daily life design. These two equations are used, right? So you must satisfy the development length in the foundation and in the superstructure as well, right? So this is the equation for the development length. There is also another table, right? So this is the table 25.3.2, which is the minimum diameter, bend dia, and geometry for the strips, ties, and hooks in the superstructures. If you are designing your beam, strap beam, or integral beam, you should also satisfy these requirements as per ACI, right? Let us take an example. If you provide 90-degree hook and you are using number 3 bar, so the minimum inside bend diameter will be 4 times dia of the bar, and the straight extension length, which is this one, this length should be equal to or greater than 6 dB, which is the dia of bar, and 3 inches. So it should be equal or greater than 3 inches, right? So whichever is greater with this 6 dB and 3 inch, you will adopt that. For example, if you take number 4 bar and you use this equation, and it will be 6 times 0.5, which becomes 3 inches. So 3 inches and 3 inches, so both are applicable, right? So you can use this equation to satisfy the hook requirement, right? So please give me a second. So this hook requirement should also be satisfied, right? So let us go to the typical reinforcement detail, which I have drawn for you. This is for the isolated footing. Remember that for the client and for the execution, right? So the two requirements must be satisfied, that you should provide the detail of in plane and you should provide the section, right? In our case, what we have designed was the footing for the interior was 4 feet 9 inches and 4 feet 9 inches, and you should write footing 1 and whatever terminologies you are using, you should provide this information, the dimension for the footing in plane. Same for this case, footing 2, this is 3 feet 9 inches. And then you have to take a section on this. For example, this is the section for column footing 1. This is the detail of this footing, in which you have to show what reinforcement should be used and what will be the size of the reinforcement and what is the PCC thickness in all of these, right? So normally the PCC thickness is 3 inches, and which we have used 18 inches thick footing, and this is the FFL, and you can use this as per your requirement. Normally it is taken as 3 feet. And these are the reinforcement, and you have to show the reinforcement for the top individually and for the bottom individually. And what I was talking about was this is the development length requirement, that you should satisfy this requirement as per the code. For example, like I have shown to you, if you use number 6 bar, if you go back again to the development length requirement, that if you use number 6 bar, we go to the hook, this is the extension. So if you use number 6 bar, so the extension, this is the extension length, that extension length will be equal to 6 times 0.75, right? So if you multiply 6 into 0.75, it will become 4.5 inches, and you will take 5 inches, right? So you cannot decrease the thickness less than 6 inches, because you have to provide this development length. And you can also you cannot provide 6 inches thickness, because this is the bottom, and from the bottom you have to provide at least 2 inches clear spacing. So this is 2, and this is, for example, you have to add the 0.75 into 2, that will be 1.5 inch. So you have to add the diameters of the two bars, which will be 1.5 inch, and this is the 2 inch clear, so it will be 3.5, and this extension is 4.5, so it will become 8 inches, right? So this is for the bottom. Same as for the top, you have to check these requirements, right, as per the code, right? So this is the typical, and this is for the H column, that you have to show the reinforcement that is embedded inside the footing, and you have to show the number of the bar and the spacing as per the design, right? So this is for the isolated footing, and you have to show the reinforcement same as for the combined footing and as for the step footing as well. But I haven't drawn that, because it is very easy and you are familiar with that, but I will be focusing more on the piles, right? So another one is for the strap. For the strap beam, the isolated footing detailing is same, right? You have to show in plane. For example, if it is like this is the plane, and you have to show in each and every plane the footing, what is F1 and what is F2, right? And then you have to show on other page detail of this like that. And for in case of the strap beam, you have to show the reinforcement for the strap beam, and along with the detail of this isolated footing or combined footing, whichever you are using. And you have to show the strap beam detail like this, and this is the longitudinal detailing, which you already know. Because I'm not going into very detail, because this is not a beginning or very basic design, it is intermediate advanced design of the footing, that you should know these things, right? So what we have designed, the step footing was 12 feet 12 inches thick and 15 inches width, and these were the reinforcement, which was 8 number 4 bar at the top and 2 number 4. This is for the section A, which is at the support, and at the mid we have provided 4 number 4 bars and 4 number 4 bars, and this is the section B. And the reinforcement for the strips, that is number 3 bar at the red, 18 center to center, right? So this is how you will show the detailing for as per the design, right? So the strap detailing and the isolated footing is same, just like this. You have to show in plane, and then you have to show cut a section and show the detail like this. The important thing is the detailing of the piles and pile capes. Let us go towards this. So if you have piles with pile capes, then you have to first show the pile cape plane, in which you have to show the piles in which this is this PC1, and this is, which means the pile cape 1, which is same, and if it is different, then you have to change the naming as per your requirement. And then there is another plane in which you have to show only the piles, for which the surveyor will take the coordinates and it will place on the ground, and boring will start, right? So then you have to naming it as a P1, P2, and you can change it as per your design. How many piles do you have, right? So this will be pile plane, this will be pile cape, and after that you will show the detailing of the pile cape and piles, For example, this is the pile cape PC1, which we have designed, in which we have taken the width 10 feet cross 10 feet. Then you have to show the center lines, and this is the pile and this is the column, and you have to take a section on it, right? So let us go to this section, which is taken as section AA, and this is the section AA, in which the pile cape reinforcement has been shown, which is the number 6 bar at the red 10 inches center for the top and bottom. This is the pile cape thickness, and this is the clear cover, right, for the bottom and for the all sides, because there will be soil in all sides. We have to provide 3 inches all around. And then there will be also detailing of the pile, right? This is the reinforcement for the pile, which is ended up to here. This is the end of the pile cape reinforcement, the pile reinforcement into the piles. And what will be the length of this reinforcement into the pile? That will be the minimum equal to the development length requirement as per the bar used, right? So whatever bar you are using, you have to satisfy at least the minimum requirement of the development length of the inside the pile cape. And these are the reinforcement of the column. And this is the 26 feet length, which we have designed that up to 26 feet, the number of bar will be 10 number 8, which we have taken as a section 1. And after 26 feet, there will be another section, which is section 2, and the number of bar has been decreased to 5 number 8 bars. So if you go to section A, so you can see that there is information about the die of the pile and the ties spacing and bar size and the number of bars which will be embedded inside the pile cape or the piles, right? This is the section 1. And similar, this is the section 2, in which it has been reduced the number of bars. You can see it has been reduced to 5 number 8 bars, and the spacing you can also decrease to increase to 6 inches, and you can also keep that 3 inches, you can 6 inches as per your requirement, right? So you have to provide these plans and these cross section to the client for the execution in the field, right? So this was the whole story about the piles with pile cape. Now, what if you have piles with raft, and you have to show overall raft, right? And then you have to place piles on it, and you have to name the piles, right? And you have to show it as a dotted lines, because the piles will be below the raft, right? And you have to take a section on it, right? So this is section A, and you have to show the reinforcements of the pile and the raft and the thickness and all other requirements as per your design. If you can see, the raft thickness is taken as 42 feet, and this is the length which we have designed. This is the second layer length, which is 8 feet at the column, and this is the reinforcement detailing, which we have designed number 6 bar at the 6 inch center in all 3 layers. So these are different layers. And for the top, we designed 2 layers, in which this is the continuous layer and this is the extra second layer, in which the length was 15 feet. You will also show these lengths in the plan as well. I haven't drawn it, but you must draw it. For example, you will draw the reinforcements like this. For example, you have to go for 15 feet, and you have to show it on the plan as well, that this is the length. For example, you have to show in spacing. For example, if you take 12, how much you want to give, you have to take this from the design. And similar for the other side. So like this, you have to show the reinforcement in different layers, and you can copy that into all other columns if the dimensions are the same, right? So this is how you will show the reinforcements in the plan, and you have to take a section on it. So it will be easy for the engineers in the field for the execution. in the field, right? So this is how you will show the reinforcement in the plane. For example, this is layer 2. You have to write layer 2, number 3, number 6 bar at the rate 6 inch center, and then you have to take a copy of it, and then again you have to write this is layer 3, and you have to write number 6 bar at the rate 6 inch center. Same is for the top and bottom, right? So this is how you will show the different detailing for the piles with pile capes and with raft, and you have to provide each and every detail which is needed during the execution in the field. And if you do not provide this mesh size and these length 8 feet 25 15 feet, so there will be confusion, and the contractor, the client, will continuously calling you that what is the length of this and what is this. So you make sure you provide all of these information uh, as per the design. And the same detailing will be provided in case of the simple raft, but there will be no piles. You have to show only continuous reinforcement and then reinforcement in different layers like this, and same for the top, right? So this was overall story about the general detailing, that how you will provide. So remember that you must provide plane. This is number one, in which we have to show the dimensions of the pile, raft or the pile capes and all of these. And the second one is the cross section, in which we have to show the reinforcements and all other details, right? So this was the overall whole story about the detailing. If you have any questions now, you can ask. Now you can ask any general questions related to this foundation, and you can also ask questions related to this course as well. So after this session, we will be providing you the certificates of participation on completion of the course. And inshallah, we are starting the building design course for high-rise building from the upcoming Monday, that is the 14th March. And if you are interested, you can also enroll yourself in that. We will start advertisement from today, inshallah. Now, if you have any questions, you can ask. So now, if at this time, if you do not have any questions, then you can write it down, or you can ask me anytime on WhatsApp group, and I will answer that when I get free, right? So if I wish we have do not have any questions, so let us end this session. And this was the end of this course. And I hope you learn something. And if you enroll yourself in the high-rise building, you will also learn the design of superstructure as well for high-rise building. Mohsen Ehsan, is there any questions you can ask?
At the moment, no. Thank you.
Ji?
No, at the moment. If I have any question, I will send you the message.
Right, you can ask me any question anytime in the WhatsApp group, and we will be having this group till the end. You can ask and you can paste any questions.
Okay, thank you.
सर मेरा एक क्वेश्चन है रॉक डिजाइन के मुतालिक सर।
जी जी।
सर इस तरह है कि सर अगर हमारे साथ इस तरह एक सिचुएशन हो, एक प्लाट का एरिया जो एल सेक्शन में हो, मतलब इस अगर हम उसको डिवाइड करें तो एक साइड वन वे स्लैब यानी एक वे स्लैब डिजाइन होगा और दूसरा साइड जो है टू वे स्लैब डिजाइन होगा
जी।
तो हम फिर क्या दोनों डिजाइन इसी में करेंगे कि क्या करेंगे इसके साथ? समझ आया सर कि नहीं मेरा क्वेश्चन?
आप ये कह रहे ना, मैं जितना समझा आप ये कह रहे, फॉर एग्जांपल ये के पास इस तरह की प्लॉट है, राइट? आप इस तरह कह रहे?
जी जी सर, अगर हम उसको डिवाइड करें एक مطلب ایک ون وے سلیب آتا ہو اور دوسرا فاؤنڈیشن کی بات کرتا ہوں سر
جی جی
رافٹ کی، اور اس طرح، اور دوسرا جو ہے ٹو وے کی کرائٹیریا میں آتا ہو، تو پھر ہم کیا کریں گے؟ دونوں کو الگ الگ ڈیزائن کریں گے کہ نہیں ایک ہی ایک
نہیں،
ڈیزائن
اس کو
میں؟
جو ون وے سلیب آ رہا ہے
کیا
اس کو بھی آپ ایز اے ٹو وے سلیب ڈیزائن کر لیں، کیونکہ رافٹ کی کچھ سروسیبلٹی ریکوائرمنٹس بھی ہے، اس کو آپ نے فلفل کرنی ہے۔ یہ رافٹ کو کبھی بھی ون وے ڈیزائن نہ کریں، اس کو ہمیشہ ٹو وے ڈیزائن کیا کریں۔ اگر بہت زیادہ لینتھ آ رہی ہے اور آپ کافی زیادہ رینفورسمنٹ سیو کر سکتے ہیں تو پھر تو آپ کر سکتے ہیں، لیکن آپ کتنا سیو کریں گے؟ 2 ٹن سیو کریں گے، 3 ٹن؟ کیوں اپنے لیے کام بڑھا رہے ہو؟ بس آسان کر لے، بس دونوں کو ٹو وے سلیب ڈیزائن کر لیں۔
اوکے ٹھیک ہے
اگر
سر۔
کافی زیادہ ڈفرینس آ رہے ہیں، فار ایگزامپل اگر آپ اس کو ایز اے ٹو وے سلیب ڈیزائن کر لیں، اگر آپ کے پاس اس میں 50 سے 60 ٹن سر آپ بچا سکتے ہیں تو پھر آپ ضرور میں ریکمینڈ کروں گا کہ آپ وہ اس کو ون وے سلیب ڈیزائن کریں۔ لیکن اگر آپ کے پاس 2-3 ٹن یا 2 ٹن ہاف ٹن اس پہ فرق آتا ہے تو آپ ڈفرینس میں اتنا نہیں ہے تو پھر آپ اس کو ایز اے ٹو وے ڈیزائن کر لیں اور اپنے لیے کام آسان کر لیں۔
اوکے سر ٹھیک ہے
ٹھیک ہے
سر۔ اور دوسرا یہ جو سر ہم اوور لیپنگ دیتے ہیں،
جی جی
تو بعض ڈرائنگ میں ہم نے دیکھا ہے سر یہ اوور لیپنگ زیادہ ہوتا ہے نا، ڈیزائنر زیادہ دیتا ہے، بعض میں کم دیتا ہے، تو اس کا ایک خاص فارمولہ نہیں ہوتا ہے یعنی یہ کچھ کنکریٹ یہ اسٹرینتھ پہ ڈیپینڈ کرتا ہے کہ کیا ہے سر اس کا؟
دیکھیے میں نے آپ کو یہ چیز دکھائی، یہ ڈیولپمنٹ لینتھ آپ فائنڈ کر لیں، رائٹ؟ اس ڈیولپمنٹ لینتھ کو
جی
آپ
جی
30% اس کو انکریز کریں، دیٹ ول بی ایکول ٹو دی لیب سپلائز۔ اس کی آپ اس میں فارمولا بھی ہے، پتہ نہیں آپ اس میں کہاں پہ ہوگا، لیکن اس میں موجود ہے کہ اگر آپ ڈیولپمنٹ لینتھ کو 1.3 کے ساتھ ملٹیپلائی کر لے، سو دیٹ ول بی ایکول ٹو دی لینتھ آف دی لیب سپلائز۔ اب اس کوڈ میں ہے، پتہ نہیں کہاں پہ ہے، لیکن اگر آپ اس میں سرچ کر لے تو آپ کو مل جائے گا that the lab splice length is equal to 1.3 times of LD which is the development length۔ تو آپ جتنا بھی آپ کے پاس ڈیولپمنٹ لینتھ، اگر آپ کے پاس 30 انچ آ رہا ہے تو اس کو آپ 30% اس کا انکریز کر لیں، اور جتنا بھی آپ کے پاس لینتھ آ رہا ہے دیٹ ول بی دی لیب سپلائس لینتھ۔ ٹھیک ہے جی، اس وہ فارمولا
اوکے
یہاں
سر
پہ ہے کوڈ
ٹھیک
میں،
ہے
یہاں پہ کہیں موجود ہے، لیکن پتہ نہیں کون سے سیکشن میں، دیٹ از دی LD LP اس کو کہتے ہیں،
اوکے سر۔
that is equal to 1.3 times LD۔ ٹھیک ہے
یہ سر فیلڈ میں بعض اوقات یہ 48 ڈایا اس طرح کچھ یوز ہوتا ہے
48 mm کی بات کر رہے ہیں آپ؟
ڈایا 48 ڈایا بار، مطلب یہ انچ میں ہے میرے خیال میں سر۔
48 انچ ڈایا بار تو نہیں ہے میرے خیال، 18 انچ سے زیادہ تو نہیں ہے یہ، 18/8 2.25 انچ سے تو نارملی پاکستان میں اویلیبل، یہ 18 یا 48 یہ کچھ اور چیز ہوگا، یہ mm میں ہوگا آپ کے پاس، 48 mm ہوگا۔
Sir, 48 multiplied
چلو
by
دیکھ لوں گا سر اس طرح کا۔
جی
48 multiplied by
یا زغنا پوهیږم دا کس سوی
موږ په پوه نه شو سوی سر، خو سر موږ زیات لیدلی دي 48 ډایا بار، لکه مطلب انچه دا 170 بار دی کنه سر؟
48 die of bar means
مطلب دا
48 times die of bar، that's why
داسې شور لکه
دا
مطلب سر
جنرال،
1
دا
انچ
جنرال فارموله ده، دا
جنرال ده سر
جنرال بالکل، دا بالکل جنرال دا ایکورټ تاسو معلوموي هغه 1.3 times die of bar die development length دی، دا 48 die of bar دا خو جنرال دی، دا خو ته نمبر 3 د پاره استعمالول شي، نمبر 4 د پاره، خو دا تاسو پراپر معلوم کړئ نو د هر یو بار ډیولپمنٹ لینث ډیفرنٹ دی، نو د دې لیپینګ به ډیفرنٹ راځي۔ دا 48 شو، یو بل پکې 52 هم شته، 56 هم شته دی، دا جنرال دی، کوډ اسانه کړی دا، که فیلډ کې ته تاسو سره فارمولې موجود نه ته اسانه باندې دا استعمالولی شي۔
دا سی سر بعض ډراینګ کې دا سپلایس لینث چې کوم دی بعض ډیزاینرز یو ورکوي ځینې کم ورکوي،
زمونږ ډرایینګس خو مونږ ټول ټیبل کې ورکړي که نه، خو مونږ ایز پر دی کوډ کیلکولیټ کړي دي۔
تاسو ټول ډیټیل ورکړئ سر؟
جی جا موږ خو داسې ډیټیل دی چې هغې باندې خو ماشوم هم پوهېږي۔
نه بالکل او مطلب دا د سر تاسو د ورکړي کنه چې کم مطلب 3000 پی ساید نه دا غیر لپاره به دومره کو 4000 نه غیر لپاره به دومره
جی
هلته
بالکل دا
سره
ډیپند کوي په اف سی پرایم ډیپند کوي ډای اف بار ډیپند کوي په اف واي ډیپند کوي دا چې چینج کیږي تاسو هر څه به چینج کیږي
ٹھیک ده سر صحیح ده اوکې
صرف د هوک ریکوایرمنت باندې نه چینج کیږي هوک چې کوم ایکسټنشنز دی لینث دی ډایز دی هغه په اف سی پرایم اف واي باندې ډیپند نه کوي هغه صرف ډای باندې ډیپند
ٹھیک شو سر اوکې
صحیح ده بس دا لکان ما بخل لکان نن بیا رانه هغه چې کورس ختم دی جنرال ډسکشن دی بس so this is the end of this course and the students are still very less as I was expecting more students so if you still have any questions you can ask in the WhatsApp group and I will when I get free I will inshallah answer all of those questions right so I hope this
Thank you.
course was interesting and you learned something and if we offer some courses in the future then we will see each other inshallah right so take care Allah Hafiz
اوکې thank you sir very much